Uh, so today, what is today? Another shitty fucking human day. It's November 13th, 2020. So I woke up with my neck and my shoulders and a headache where it was so cramped and so it's raining outside today, which I know it's pressure gradients within the atmosphere and the interdimensional cavity that the body interacts within, pushing and pulling the fluids into weird, I guess like a hyperfluid chamber, and then it just like locks up. But it's changing. I mean, it's changing the chemistry within the cells, but it's moving them in such a manner that is. See, now, I mean, you have. I mean, this is like for like my sons, I suppose, who know nothing. It's you have a rational set of numbers. That's like your 1 through 9, and like 1 + 1 = 2 always. It's an absolute in a rational system. Right, okay, but then there's the irrational system, because if you have one male and one female and you add their fluids together, you get children, and you can get unlimited children or you could get 0 children. So, that's an irrational thought process. It's an irrational logic. It's not the norm. It's not the normale. I mean, actually, technically, in the essence of the word, it is normale, but it's a normale, like a natural process. It's not a para-supernormal process. It's just not, if I go to tyranny, because it's the tyrannical in the Corse, which is the Corsica, which is where the island where we used to venture to in order to speak privately from multi-nations in the Mediterranean, in order to put together agenda and plan. Oh, let's think about it. That was like a go-to destination for planning. All right, so let's think about this. That's why when the humans are like, you're a tyrannical. I'm like, really? You think I am? I'm like, that is like the nicest compliment anybody ever gave me. I know the stupid humans over here, they're like Nazis, Soviets, and tyranny, dictatorship, you're bad. I'm like, that's like saying I'm in a boat in the middle of the ocean and I have a big, handsome, strong man who can row for days, and then I have the flaccid little Lewis over here who never worked out in his life and just like to use his gums for nothing to make lots of noise but no action. And I'm saying, I think you need a vacation and to just sit there with an umbrella and take your, like, whatever. Let's give Lewis the oars and let's have him row us and save us. Why would you give flaccid human when you have demigod, like, prepared? You are not so smart, you humans. So anyway, I was speaking to the little one today. Oh, so I told 2 neighbors. I said, now I woke up and I told them with the headache, whatever. I said, now I'm just curious, did anything, I was like, do you feel it or is it just me? I was like, because I have to make a document on it and I'm just curious if it's affecting others. And the wife said, no, I didn't have a headache. And the father was like, no, I feel it. He's like, I just don't, And I'm like, no, that I get. Most people don't have words for it. They're just kind of like, oh, God, it hurts. It hurts to get up. It hurts to move. The science is just broken. And everybody's like, oh, it's just because you're getting older. No, I felt this way when I was like a spry teenager. Like, this is not anything new in New York. It's like a house that you're in that's sinking into sand, and like the rafters are moving and creaking and you can see it and feel it. You see the cracks in the wall, and then the inspector comes in and goes, wow, they really built this one great. You're so lucky you have a house over your head and a roof and you're warm and dry. Oh, you should live here until the ceiling caves in. No, for sure. Yeah, okay, that's like living amongst the rational in New York. So then there's I told my little one today, I said, listen to me, Anthony. I said, I fucking hate it here. I said, I don't normally curse, but you've gotten the shit end of the stick on I've lost all my patience and hope. Okay, so here's the thing. There's something called Nibiru. It's like heaven. It's where mom comes from and where all the irrational and rational line up in a less chaotic environment, and it feels good around your body for you to be effective and be safe and healthy. I said, currently you and I are living on something called Earth. It's an earshot to Nibiru, and it's an earshot to where the humans live. Like Grandma, no. They live on something called Jupiter. Lots of problems, big planet, and they're stupid. Jupiter is stupider. Got it. Okay, so now you and I live on Earth, and meaning Earth, and we want to speak and communicate to Nibiru to say, please come pick us up and rescue us. We don't want to live amongst the humans, and the Jupiter is stupider because they just think that this is okay. Now, Mom is on Jupiter. Mom's competence, COMPET. I'm the pet as the vet for Nibiru and Earth. My label is Juru. We go in 4 letters. Juru. Now, I said, here's the thing, Anthony. When you build a car, you have to have, what's the word? What do you fill it with for, like, it to move, like, for energy? He goes, gas? I go, great, we'll use the word gas. So you put a gas in it, it's actually a liquid, it's a fuel, but whatever. I said, and how do they make that fuel, Anthony? And he said, he says, I don't know. He says, some project. I'm like, right, okay, so let's just, they're reporting to me on the news that they use corn to make this thing called ethanol that then they burn in the engine and it makes the car go. Problem is that the ethanol is toxic and it's killing everybody and making it harder to breathe. So it's going to affect you really badly in your generation now that they've increased the numbers so much. He's like, okay. He goes, isn't ethanol used to make drugs? I go, that's a separate situation, Anthony. I said, I've heard that they use it as a base to make some kind of drug somewhere. I'm not getting into chemistry with you. I was like, let's stick to topic right now. I was like, so now they've got all of these vehicles. They've got some toxic corn that they're burning just so they can have the humans go with wheels all over the place, back and forth, and become really inefficient. I was like, and it's taking away your ability to breathe clean air, Anthony. I was like, Anthony, in your 8-9 years, I was like, can you tell Mom why did we allow the humans movement in vehicles and personal transportation? Why did we allow the humans to think that they were something special, that they needed a personal vehicle and movement into other people's business and neighborhoods? He's like, I don't know. I'll go, especially when it's going to compromise your ability to survive and breathe. It's breaking their genetics. They're not living as long. They're not living as well. They're getting more sick, and they don't know how to fix it, Anthony. So now, what do I do for your generation? I was like, how do I fix this for you and then your kids so you live healthier? He's like, I go, exactly. That's what Mom's working on. So when people say that Mom's crazy and that Mom needs to go to the hospital and but they don't have a diagnosis for why Mom needs the hospital. Mom's not bleeding out of her orifices. And quite frankly, the doctors at the hospital know less than Mom. So we're not going there. And then we've got, then they think that Mom needs medication. What kind of medication do you give smart to make them less smart? And why would you want to make somebody less smart trying to show you that there's something wrong in the world and you need to contribute to the being helpful? Right, yeah, humans are really fucking stupid. That's what No and Grandma are, and so's your dad, by the way. Calling me a mental case that I need to go to a hospital, but they can't tell me why I need to go to the hospital. Or they say I'm on drugs. Really? I don't know any drugs that make you smarter or more intelligent, but you keep thinking that, you stupid fucking useless piece of shit that I was born to. Okay. So now, here's the thing. Then Anthony texted me this morning. He goes, listen, he goes, I don't want you to, like as if he's a father figure, like as if, like, the drug addict who it crashed his car and is a piece of shit, like, whatever. We're not going in his personal history of I fucking hate him. It's like, you know what? If you don't want somebody talking about you, don't fucking poke the bear. Like, I will personally fucking attack every wrong that you do if you're gonna make me look bad. I'll point it, they're just facts. They're facts about your character. For me, I'm just quiet recluse. That's about as, I'm not fancy and I'm not a fashionista. I have no money and I really don't like the public. That's it. That's about as much as you're gonna get on me that you can say bad. She's a little weird. She doesn't like to go out and she likes people, but she doesn't seek their attention. Ooh, I mean, really? Yeah, and she's on a quest to find the one man she was born for. Yeah, I see why you think that is a strange outcome for somebody who is way more intelligent than the average bear and who seeks something that normal people couldn't even possibly fathom about. But I know to the rational, it is like lock them in hospitals, prisons, and make them really quiet because they might tip off the somebody specials that maybe management's not doing the right thing. Maybe we need to change our course of action. Yeah, I know. I would. Why would you? I mean, when you breathing is just on the line. I mean, when oxygen goes, you're really and your dimensions, it's not really going to be able to come back. So whatever. So now, Anthony texts me and he says, listen to me. He's like, I don't want you making any more movies and posting any more because now it's gonna, I don't want to get in trouble with your father. And I text him back and I go, you speak to me like that again, and I will submit to have you executed. You are not permitted to speak to me that way. You are not my father. You are not more important than me. You are certainly not smarter than me. And I find it insulting when you, as your imperfect, like crazy fucking human moron, tells me how to behave. You're infuriating. I have no fucking patience for you, and I want to stab you in the fucking eye and have you executed. Honestly. Only time you'll fucking have me fly off the handle is when you tell me, Miss Perfect, in my recluse of I didn't do anything wrong, that what I'm doing, I can't do. Because everything that you've done in your life has led us here, while I've been waiting for rescue to help on the opposite side. But now my breathing, my tidal volume, TIDALVOLUM, in my lungs, it is hard to breathe because I have the dimensions squeezing at certain intervals because there's multi-dimensions that are being pulled in it's like a swaying house. And the ribs of the house, or the truss, well, the trusses are on the ceiling, but the rafters, the joists are like moving. And sometimes when you walk through it, it squeezes you between the two, but not in a place where you could see it.